had to find it within myself to say, if you don't care enough about yourself, you have to care enough about your child to make a change in your life. And that's what I wanted to do. When my daughter walked in one day on my many binges, because I couldn't get up from the bed, I would lay in bed from the night before to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon after being up all night getting high to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And that moment when she said, here, Daddy, you need this, this will get you up. That's that rock bottom that many of us parents and people need.
Welcome back. You are watching the Dr. Nandi Show. And my personal goal today is to motivate all of you. And I think my next guest really is going to help me with that very goal. Now, just before the break, you heard from Will Guyan's amazing story. A few years ago, he struggled with addiction. He was also dealing with grief after his brother and his cousin died. And then one day, his little girl picked up his drugs and said, Daddy, I think you need this. And in that moment, he knew that he needed to change. And Will, you know, that's an amazing time when your little girl said that. Tell me what happened and what made you change. You actually quit cold turkey, didn't you?
Cold turkey. For me, it was the height of when my brother had passed away that it became my height of addiction. And for me, it was just, I wanted to be an example to my daughter. I decided at that point in time, well, let's go back a little bit. I was addicted to marijuana. I was addicted to alcohol. Wow. I was addicted to cigarettes. I was addicted to prescription drugs that weren't prescribed to me. And that became my thing. I wanted to feel numb because my brother was only 41 years old when he passed away.
I'm sorry.
Shortly after that, my cousin, whom was my best friend, who was a pallbearer at my brother's funeral,
oh my gosh,
he was 29 years old. He was killed by a drunk driver on his motorcycle. And his last words to me were, cuz we're gonna get through this thing with your brother. So I felt completely alone.
Almost. Yeah.
So it got to a point where I was so far gone that getting up really didn't even cross my mind. And I remember, for instance, the movie The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
I would always watch that, Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
And what inspired me the most about that movie was that he had his son the entire time of the journey. His child was with him every single step of the way. And for many parents like myself, especially of a 6-year-old daughter now, I had to find it within myself to say, if you don't care enough about yourself, you have to care enough about your child to make a change in your life. And that's what I wanted to do. When my daughter walked in one day on my many binges, because I couldn't get up from the bed, I would lay in bed from the night before to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon after being up all night getting high to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And that moment when she said, here, Daddy, you need this, this will get you up. That's that rock bottom that many of us parents and people need to just rise back to the top. And I made it a point in my life, this is it.
And your kids, here's parents, if you're watching, kids see everything.
That's right.
And for your child, that was normal. That's what she knew Dad as. And you quit cold turkey, but you did more, right?
Right.
You decided to do what? Make fitness a part of your life. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, I started a group called the Warlords of Fitness on Facebook.
The Warlords of Fitness. That's nice.
It originally started for me and my family and friends. I just wanted to get my aunts and uncles in the swing of fitness. Our family wasn't exactly raised on wellness.
Yes.
We were raised in the fast food,
you
know, eat as much as you can while you can kind of family. And I wanted to flip that narrative within my family. So I started off just family and friends, especially in the African-American community. 1980, the leading cause of death in African Americans was heart disease.
Yes.
In 2019, the leading cause of death for African Americans is still heart disease. Where does that come from? Lack of exercise, a lot of it, smoking, drinking, alcohol. And I wanted to flip that narrative. So I started this group just to get my family motivated. Let's do a 30-day challenge.
Okay.
Commit to the fit. That's one we got going right now.
Fit. Okay.
Let's commit to the fit. Give me 30 days of proper meditation. I started teaching them about yoga. I started teaching them about aerobics. I wanted to grab that mother with 3 kids who couldn't get to the gym, who had to go to this daycare to pick up one child, who had to go to another daycare to pick up another child. Then she goes home, she gets a glass of wine, she finds her favorite show on her favorite streaming device, and that's it. Then she starts over for the very next day. I wanted to change that.
And it helped you with your addiction as well, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, here's the thing that people think. It's definitely about therapy. It's definitely about going to see your doctor, but it's also about activity, right?
Absolutely.
And it changes everything. I've talked about many shows about the microbiome. Those are the trillions of bugs in your intestine.
Right.
And physical activity and spirituality, like yoga, like any activity, like meditation, prayer, all changes your microbiome. And then I think you have a shot. What the nice thing is that everything you're talking about can be done in your home. You don't need to go get a fancy $500 gym membership, right?
Absolutely. And I wanted to make sure people understood about the natural highs that come from it. Because for me, it was the relief. I just wanted to feel not bad about what's going on in the everyday life. I don't want to feel bad about this person at work that I'm not getting along with necessarily, or this subliminal feeling that I'm having during the day for whatever reason. Like, you ever go on let's just say a YouTube, and you're watching this video of this kid who's singing a song. The world became a place at one time, and very much so still is, that people were gravitating to negativity.
Correct.
So you watch this video of, let's just say, a kid singing. I saw the other day this little girl, she was singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
She's like 1.5 years, right? And I'm looking at the comments, and I don't understand. There's 700-800 people that thumbed down the video.
Correct. Like,
Now,
why would they do that?
Now, the thing is, sure, people make mistakes. There's people not so tech savvy, but what is the thing? You don't like the car seat this child is sitting in? So I wanted to flip that narrative. Let's start getting, and it's because people are unhappy inside.
Correct.
Dopamine, as you know, doctor, gives you this natural feeling. Endorphins gives you this beautiful natural high. Serotonin gives you this beautiful natural high. I wanted to flip that into everyday lives of everyday people.
And using activity, exercise to secrete that dopamine.
Absolutely.
Amazing stuff. Thank you, Will. You're teaching a lot of people and affecting our lives, and so I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, doctor.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Partha Nandi, and if you enjoyed that video, you're going to love the next one. It's full of incredible information to help you start your health hero journey.